Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri and today with me is Ahila from Singapore, here to share her experience of taking hypnotherapy. Because I remember Ahila came with a lot of fear for flying. So Ahila, over to you for your experience.
Hi Sri, thanks. I had this flight phobia of actually flying in the flight. So it usually starts before the trip, where I will always feel very nervous about flying because of the turbulence, because of all the news that we hear from the media. So usually I get very anxious about it, and I actually don't like flying. But
So days before flying, you would get this anxiety?
Yeah. So usually it's before like a week it starts, because I keep thinking about it, and I start feeling that anxious feeling. So I came to see Dr. Sri, and after the one session, she gave me some tips of the mantra chanting, and I started feeling better before the flight, and so there was a lot of difference I could actually feel in terms of the anxious feeling. It was not there.
So how many times have you flown since then, Ahila? And I remember I gave you audio, and like, so how has your practice been, and what has been, like, you've been traveling since then, like,
so I kept hearing the audio for about several times. Like, there was no number of counts. Like, I kept hearing whenever I feel that anxious feeling about to come, I start listening to it, and then I keep repeating it on my own. So as I do this for several times, like usually it takes about like more than 10 times, and I start feeling more calm after reciting the chanting and everything. So before flying, this happens, and so I have been flying since young. So since young, I had this, I didn't have this feeling. It was only very recently, about 2 years back, I started having this feeling. So it was very new to me. And as I started flying again, like after this session, like I started flying for 2 times. And the first time it felt 50% better. I won't say 100%, 50% better. And I kept practicing on my own every day. And when the subsequent flight came in, I did the same practice over and over again before the flight and during the flight. And even after I checked in, even waiting at the gate, I kept listening to the audio, keep chanting the mantras. And I felt way much better, and I just actually took a flight and landed a week back. And surprisingly, like, there was no feelings of uncertainty, or there was in fact, we were given a seat right at the back. So at the back is usually the worst. Yeah, the turbulence is the worst.
You didn't feel it?
Yeah, I didn't feel it. Like, I kept, because I traveled with my mom, and my mom was like, oh my god, this is really bad. But she was like, I kept telling her that it was fine to me. Like, I didn't feel that much of fear, in fact. So the flight journey was actually very good for me, and it was overall, like, thanks to Sri. Like,
thanks. One last thing, what would you tell anyone who's still very skeptical and very scared of taking hypnotherapy, like, you know, skeptical about taking this dive inwards? What would you tell?
I would say it's always good to do the first step. I think coming out and then seeking for help when we know that we need it, especially in a holistic way like hypnotherapy, I truly believe that it has a very immense effect because I felt it on my own. And there was a lot of suggestions that came to me of going to the professional doctors and everything, but nothing worked, to be very honest. And this session, after like one session already, I felt very drastic difference in terms of confidence in flying. And I've also heard people are taking some anxiety pills, yes. And but yeah, it's not needed. Like, when we come out to do a very holistic and natural way of healing, I truly believe that it works magic. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ahila.
Thank you
for
so much
choosing in this journey.
Thank you so much.